In the year 1764, several men digging in a limestone quarry in Mount St. Peter's, in the Netherlands, uncovered the fossilized skull of a large, extinct prehistoric animal. What was this animal was a mystery to these men. They didn't know if it was a giant fish, a crocodile, a whale. Nothing like it had ever been found. It wasn't until French naturalist Georges Cuvier, often considered the great-grandfather of modern paleontology, identified the skull as belonging to that of a giant extinct lizard, which he named Mosasaur, after the Mose River in Europe. One of the intriguing characteristics of this animal was its size. Despite being a lizard, it was massive. The Komodo dragon of Indonesia, the largest lizard alive today, can grow up to about 9 feet or 3 meters in length, but this Mosasaur could grow up to about 49 feet or 13 meters in length, longer than a school bus. The other major intriguing characteristic of this Leviathan lizard was that instead of muscular hands and limbs, Mosasaurus instead had large, wide, flat flippers, almost like that of a whale or dolphin. This beast was a giant, ocean-living lizard. Since their discovery in 1764, Mosasaur fossil specimens have popped up all across the world, from North America to the Middle East to New Zealand. These giant sea lizards together formed the Mosasaur group, of which the first described species, and the largest member of the group, Mosasaurus hoffmanni, is the namesake for. Mosasaurs lived at the tail end of the Mesozoic or Middle Life era, during the late Cretaceous period, 88 to 66 million years ago. Around the same time, dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus rex and Triceratops were also around. Mosasaurs diversified into a variety of different forms, each filling a unique ecological niche, from tiny dolphin-sized nocturnal hunters to massive macro-predatory beasts that were the dominant carnivores in their respective habitats. Mosasaurs had a cosmopolitan or worldwide range, and would have been a common sight in the late Cretaceous seas. Their fossils have been uncovered on every continent, including Antarctica. Mosasaurs belong to the lineage of lizards known as Toxicophora, the same lineage that also includes the monitor lizards, such as the aforementioned Komodo dragon, and snakes. The earliest ancestral mosasaurs, known as Aghyalosaurs, do indeed resemble monitor lizards, as they still have unfused fingers, unlike the fused flippers of later mosasaurs. Aghyalosaurs were adapted to hunting small fish in mangrove forests on archipelago islands in what is now Croatia in Europe. During the late Cretaceous, most of Europe was actually underwater, hence why so many fossils of aquatic life are found on the continent. Eventually, one lineage of Aghyalosaur swam out from the shallows of the Croatian archipelago and adapted for life at sea. They became larger, with long skulls filled with huge, robust teeth. The digits on their hands and feet became fused and formed into flippers, and a large shark-like fluke began to develop on their tail. Eventually, from these humble little seagoing lizards arose the great mosasaurids. As previously stated, mosasaurs came in a variety of forms. Some, like Cladastes liodontis, were small but agile predators of fish and squid, with long, flexible, eel-like bodies and a great sense of sight that allowed them to hunt great in low-light conditions, especially at night. Others, like Prognathodon overtoni, had blunt skulls with thick, robust teeth, perfect for crunching the shells of armored mollusks like ammonites and nautiluses. The larger members of the mosasaur group, such as the 13-meter-long Tylosaurus proriger, were vicious deep-sea predators with muscular, bone-crushing jaws. They were the killer whales of their day. They would have been an absolute nightmare for any unfortunate time-traveling fishermen. They even had 2 sets of teeth, with the obvious set in the front, but also another set in the back of the roof of their mouth, or palate. These are called pharyngeal teeth, and they help to push prey into the back of the mouth and down into the gullet. Since mosasaurs couldn't chew, they instead used their large teeth and strong jaws to rip their prey into shreds, and then swallow the digestible chunks whole, much like a modern shark would today. Despite their sheer power and diverse range, Mosasaurs likely competed for food in space with mackerel sharks, such as Cretoxyrhina and Squalicorax, two distant relatives of today's modern great white. Also competing with a giant, toothy, bony fish called Xiphactinus, or X-fish. Mosasaurs also lived alongside, and likely hunted, the long-necked plesiosaurs, such as Styxosaurus snowyi and Hydrotherasaurus alexandrae, as well as the short-necked, dolphin-like Dolichoryncops osborni. Mosasaurs went extinct 66 million years ago, at the end Cretaceous mass extinction, the same one that wiped out the non-bird dinosaurs. A giant asteroid smashed into the Yucatan Peninsula in the Gulf of Mexico, shooting tons of debris and space rock into the Earth's atmosphere, blocking the sun, restricting photosynthesis, and causing the climate to become very cold. This damaged plankton population levels to a dangerous degree, destroying complex food chains as energy became scarce. With not enough food to go around, most Mesozoic sea reptiles, including the mosasaurs, starved their way to extinction. Their titanic fossils remained a reminder of the great, powerful creatures that once swam our seas millions of years ago.